Yo, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. Wanted to bring you guys a detailed look and review of this pair of sneakers right here, the Metallic Air Jordan 5. I will be comparing it to the overall builds from the last two retros from the same exact model. So hopefully you guys find this video informative. If you guys do, please hit the thumbs up button, show you guys support, and also subscribe if you guys are new to my channel. First things first, though, a lot of people were complaining about one thing, and they were complaining about this, the fact that there is no 23 on the side of the shoe. But I did want to show you guys this. This is according to the Soul Collector that Jumpman Branding pointed to me years ago. Shout out to him. This shows you guys the original metallic 5s here, and they don't have a 23 on the side. So unless this is wrong, the 23 wasn't on the side. The 23 was carried on from the retro from the 2007 version, which is the one that you see back there. So just a little tidbit. Hopefully that was a little bit informative for you guys. Also notice here the Fire Reds, there's only one of the two that has that, and the Grapes don't have the 23. The Laneys in 2000 did though. So just pointed out some kind of inconsistencies sort of to those people that may have wondered about that. But let's go ahead and get into the shoe and show you guys the shoe. Now, this is a shoe that you can actually still buy, I believe, right now for retail. I'll put some links in the description. $220 is the retail price, though, and I think that's where the problem lies for the reason why this one is still sitting, because this is a super hot shoe. Really, really nice quality on the shoe. In my opinion, personally, I think they knocked it out of the park. It feels very true to the original. The only couple things that I think people were kind of concerned about was that 23 here, which hopefully we cleared up. The other thing is the tongue. It's really kind of a different metallic than the previous ones. It is reflective, 3M reflective, and I'll show you guys actually that right now. So you can see, no question, it is reflective, and it's kind of nice reflective. This is the other one. As you can see, it's a little bit more granular than, or grainy, I guess, not granular, but grainy than next to the other one. So this is a reflective test side by side. From a distance, this one's crazy reflective comparison. So they did these subtle changes for an improvement to the shoe. It's just a way more of a reflective material than the previous ones. I'm gonna go back to the regular mode. So as you can see, yes, it is a little bit different metallic, but I actually like this one a little bit better. It is a little bit more metallic looking, which is actually kind of a nice touch. So the other part of this shoe that gets people all geeked out is the Nike Air branding on the shoe, and it also has it on the insole as well. It's a red insole. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see that, probably not, but it's a red insole and it says Nike on the bottom. And the reason I think people are supposedly so excited about that is because it has the original branding of the original shoes, not like the retros that happened in 2007 with the Jumpman on the back. So this might be confusing to a lot of people because you guys know that the Jumpman stands for Jordan brand. It stands for Jordan. So like, why is it a bad thing to have a Jumpman on a Jordan instead of having a Nike Air? Like, Jordan's known for his Jumpman, right? So a little bit of an explanation for you guys. I don't have the full answer. If you guys are really want to know, help the other people out there and leave a comment with your full Google search and what you guys find and the reasoning why they're separate brands. But this is my explanation of this. Simply, Jordan brand itself changed from Nike years ago. So after, I believe, the Air Jordan 6 or I think 7, Jordan brand became its own entity. Because of that, they changed the branding of the Jordan shoes and never put Nike logos on the shoes anymore. It was just the Jordan brand logo because it wanted to be its own brand, hence the name Jordan brand. So when you have the Nike branding, it kind of is a nod to the original. Jordan brand is still a partner or like associated with Nike, obviously, but it is its own kind of brand, and that's the reason why the difference in logo. So this is a nod to the originals. A lot of us like the true to form sort of thing. That's what we kind of, or a lot of people like geek out over for some reason. I'm not really as one that cares about it as much, but it is nice to have something that looks very similar or exactly similar to what Jordan actually balled in. Jordan branding on here, and then you have the Nike branding on the bottom of this pair. So they did kind of do the same thing there as also on the back and also on the insole, but it does say Nike Air on the bottom down there in a red insole. So that is kind of a nice little nod as well. So it's kind of like, let's give it the original branding, make it true to form, but they're going to cost more. And that's the reason why I think these are sitting, because the price point is so expensive. $220. Let's take a look back a handful of years ago. This is the first retro, I believe, that came out. And I might have confused the boxes, but look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, so I did confuse the boxes. This one was 150, and this one was like the 2011 retro or something like that. You guys correct me and this was a custom. A lot of people are probably wondering, this was a custom that I had. I wanted to make this metallic one look like a reverse fire red, and that's kind of what ended up happening. Unfortunately, the customizer didn't really have an idea what he was doing on the inside. I asked him to do the impossible, because you can't make an inside red from a black liner. So it was really my stupidity that really led to this. But I really wanted that shoe. Nike, make that shoe. Jordan Brand, make that shoe. It'd be awesome. But that's the metallic from one of these is the first release. I'm totally lost now. I think this is the one from 07. The other one's from the newer retro from 11 or whatever year that one came out. But this is a reason why I've been babbling here, but check this out, dudes. $135. This is no joke. This is what retros used to cost. My opinion, that's the reason why things have gotten so out of hand. If you're charging like so much more over what it used to be, and that was in 07 or whatever that was, a handful of years later or whatever. I mean, I'm getting old, but man, like $220 for the same exact shoe years later, a little bit better quality, but all in all, like, it's a crazy amount of inflation for a pair of sneakers. So what would be the price point? This is going to be the question for you guys in the comment section. What would be the price point that would have made you pull the trigger on this shoe, and you didn't pull the trigger on it because it was $220, but you would buy it if it would hit the outlets at what price? Or if it originally released at X price, what would you buy this as? Personally, my preference for this shoe, amazing quality. If they didn't take away from the quality of this shoe and everything that they've done to it, because it's a magnificent looking shoe in my opinion, I would want it for $175. That's really the price point that I think would be fair for retros at this point. And I don't think they should differentiate with the Nike Air versus the regular. But I'll show you guys a side-by-side of the old retro and the new, just so you guys can see. Again, I mean, it's pretty close. You could see the air bubble, and this one is black. And this is just me playing, like, what was that game? What was that magazine? I can't remember the magazine where you look on the back of the magazine and you spot out the differences. That's kind of what we're doing right now. God, highlights? What, highlighter or highlights or something? Anyway, the air bubble is different color on the older retro. And actually, I don't know what it was on this one. Looks like it was darker on this one as well. And then the bottoms, again, we already showed you the branding difference. And stitching looks pretty close to the same. And this one has a neoprene a little bit lower, or just the laces a little bit lower. It's actually the same pretty much. Mesh netting. That was one of the coolest things about this shoe when this came out. I love the mesh netting. I thought it was such a genius idea to put breathable vents into the shoe. I thought that was an awesome feature. The tongue, a lot of people were mentioning the tongue height was weird. You know, it's because I have this in here, like maybe it's not. And I don't have the newer retros out here. The newer retros have crazy tongues on them. This one's not as bad as some of the other ones, so I don't think that this retro is horrible. If you ask me, it looks pretty good. It actually looks different. This one actually looks bigger. You can see the silver coming around here versus this one. The silver is actually underneath the top part of the shoe, so it's a little bit different, at least on my pairs. But and then you have the 23 on the side on this one. The inside liner, this one actually looks darker on the old retro pair than the newer one. It looks like they could have done a shade darker for the liner on this one, but that is a little bit different. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You can see the back tab. It's probably called out for a fake because it has that little widow's peak on it. But that's one of the original retros. And actually, I got this one from the employee store. So not only was it $135, it was actually half of that, dudes. I can't believe I got those retros back in the day for that price. I'm sure you guys have seen 1,000 on Feets by now, because this is definitely an overdue video. All in all, I think that the colorway is just obviously one of the classics. It's one of the original ones from the 90s or 1990, and it's the black colorway, which is always a nice win in my opinion. I mean, I like the white colorways too of the retros, but I like the bread 3s better than the white ones. I like the bread 4s better than the white ones. So it's just the way that kind of goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit. I know I fumbled around a bit, but I wanted to get this video out there for you guys. And if you guys liked it, again, hit the thumbs up button, show your support. Leave some comments on things I missed and misinterpreted, or totally just missed in general. And appreciate it. We'll catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.